everybody. So, this one is not filmed live. This one is being recorded. Since I don't have my equipment with me, and what do you want me to call you?
I'm Janika.
This is Janika. That's the name that she's going by. And I am Absird. Welcome to Chatting with Abby.
What do you mean that's the name that I'm going by? This is my name.
And are you going by your name?
Janika is my name.
Then that's
AKA Africoid Goddess.
Then that's what I mean when I say that's the name you're going by. I mean, the name you told me is the name you're going by.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't need to be on camera.
We getting smoke on camera?
I can do whatever I want.
Okay.
I can do whatever I want. This is my podcast.
This is your podcast.
This is my podcast, but this is the conversation.
Okay.
So
you could at least let me comb my hair.
This is unedited. This is just however it's shot. That's how it's sent out.
Okay, well that's how it's gonna be then.
That's how it's gonna
Got
be.
me over here looking all crazy. My locks is all over the place.
I don't have you looking like that.
I told you let me get my clothes together first, and then you gonna goddamn.
I didn't dress you.
Listen, goddamn, okay. You better tell these viewers what happened.
So far, the most viewers I've ever had is like 12.
I don't give a damn.
My average viewers is 4.
On this episode,
and of
you're
those
gonna have a
4,
lot of viewers
it's
because
like 3 of them are me.
look, we're not even gonna play. See, what had happened is that Abby. Why did you come over here today, Abby?
No, I came to buy some chicken.
Okay, so Abby came over to my house to buy some chicken from the Kush Cafe. Make sure y'all shop at the Kush Cafe. Okay, follow him for the link, okay, because he know where it's at. And then I ain't have no clothes on, okay. I just had on my freaking my robe, but then I didn't have any clothes underneath it, and so I wanted to be decent, at least to put something on, so I wouldn't be all out there. And then now Abby got me on damn Chatting with Abby looking crazy.
You know,
This is not good for my brand.
if you didn't say you were looking crazy, how many people do you think would have actually thought that?
I don't know.
If you didn't give them that idea about you.
Oh, here you go with this sensical stuff, Abby.
I'm sorry I try to make sense.
I mean, you're correct in what you said. If I had not have thrown that idealism out there, a lot of people probably would have not even paid any attention to the fact that this is a bodysuit and it's supposed to snap under.
Just snap it. Get your
I'm not
snap
snapping
on.
it. No.
And don't let me stop you.
This guy.
I'm just chilling.
This guy.
Like this is just. So, Janika, you wanted to talk about creation.
We can talk about creation. We can talk about whatever it is we gonna talk about. Cause I'm here for it.
So, a little bit about what I try to do.
Okay.
Whatever subject, whatever the matter, the theme, whatever it is that's being discussed during the conversation,
Mhm.
I just try to express my thoughts through the lens of honesty. So I take away my opinion, I take away my feelings, I take away my beliefs, I take away all the stuff about me,
Mhm.
and just look at the information outside of myself.
Okay.
At least that's what I try to do.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but I do try to operate from a standpoint of honesty towards my own beliefs, I would say. I'm as honest as I can be because of what it is that I believe. So if I believe that this is truth, then that's my honesty. That's my truth. You've had conversations with me before, so you know what kind of person that I am. I just speak freely. And so that's what I'm going to do today, is speak freely from whatever standpoint that I agree or disagree from.
Alright.
Make sense?
I hear what you're saying.
You hear what I'm saying, but it don't make sense?
It makes sense to me, but not necessarily in the same way that it makes sense to you.
Okay. Well, that's why we're individuals, because it doesn't have to work that way.
you mean?
We are individual people. So my perception upon something doesn't necessarily have to be your perception about it. So it may not make sense to you in the same sense that it makes sense to me. Because that's why your brain works the way that your brain works, and your brain understands and puts things together in a totally different way than mine. And that's why we're human beings.
Speaking of humans,
Speaking of
the transmuted species of this planet, the recombined, what did Donald call it? Ape creatures.
I wonder if this would be better if I turned the light on.
So the thing about humans,
Is that better with this sunlight or no?
I literally can't see myself
Anymore? Okay,
Yeah.
let's try that.
Wait, hang on. There's nothing wrong with the sunlight. It's just a positioning issue. If this is like here.
So then we gotta look at the camera.
Oh, this is so fun. And I was hoping to be uncomfortable today.
No, because that's why there's a whole seat right there. We could literally sit in that seat together.
May I move this?
Yeah.
Hey, if I find $100 back here, can I keep it?
No.
Not even a question if there's $100 back there, just immediate no.
I know it ain't $100 back there because I don't usually keep cash on me.
No.
All right. How's that?
Man,
Is that better? I feel like it's not.
yeah, like before, I feel like we were seeing, and now it's just like,
Okay.
All right, there I go.
Hi, Abby.
Well, we said that.
I know. I'm just saying hi again because now I can see you on the screen again.
Oh, okay. So,
Sheesh.
humans, these creatures that create.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I was mentioning like a few podcasts ago, when I was watching a couple videos, by Donald King, just thinking about it, listening, and connected some dots. So the thing that
Pardon me.
humans tend to create are opinions, and through the opinions, through the process of like actualizing those opinions, they transmute and recombine objects in reality in order to manifest this object, this idea that they have. So they create an idea, and as that idea occurs in idealism, they look around, examine reality, and find bits and pieces of reality that can be matched together in order to create this object of an idealism, like a recipe.
Okay.
The bits and pieces of a recipe tend to occur naturally,
Right.
but once they're recombined and transmuted, you get your cake. And
Speaking of bits and pieces of recipes, Janika needs to do that. I forgot I gotta make the sauce for that. But can we restart this? I feel like it was such good stuff in the beginning though, cause
this
like
is still good.
no, cause I don't want to get up in the middle and leave. I guess you're all about being natural and stuff.
Yeah. Listen, if you need to walk away, it's okay. I can talk to the camera.
You can talk to the camera
I can
without
talk.
me?
I can talk to the camera.
No, because I need to be listening.
You can listen from in there. I'll speak in a way that you can hear me.
speak loud, Tom.
Well, this is my natural voice.
This is my natural voice.
This voice, I can just talk quieter with, because when I use this one, it's harder for people to hear me when I talk quieter. So this one like projects more. But this is like my voice when I need to speak out, and this is my voice when I'm at home with my dog. This is the voice Aaron hears all the time.
Okay.
We're literally on the camera.
You had something on your damn nose. What was I supposed to do as a friend? Just leave it there?
Alright, so.
Gosh, you act like I just humped on you or something. Christ, he had a freaking thing on his nose, people.
So humans, they take their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they take their ideas, form into opinions and beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Then they look for bits and pieces of reality, which to strip down and recombine. It's basically that same process. Humans call it science. They call it, science is the measurement. They call it alchemy, cooking, medicine.
Mm-hmm.
All these things, as far as I'm able to see right now, were created from an idea about taking what should be a necessity and capitalizing on the control of the resources and access to those resources. Yeah. So, when you think of like creation, the creative process, how do you think that works? How do you see that working?
Okay, are you gonna ask me in a different way, because I'm not sure exactly what you mean? Like, how do I see the creative process, and how does it like?
So, have you created something before?
I create all the time. I made a kid. 2 of them actually.
And have you seen someone attempt to actualize an idea?
Yeah, I attempt to actualize ideas all the time.
What do you do to actualize those ideas?
Well, the first thing that I do is come up with an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the first step I would say is to create the idealism of a thought inside of your mind, and then you take the necessary steps in order to make your thought become an actual projection of reality. And so every step in between that is different for each person, depending on what you're trying to get to, or what reality you're trying to get to.
Can you provide an example of what you're describing?
Of course. Okay, so say I wanted to become a rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in my mind, I think that I want to be an artist. I want to be a musician. I think it, I feel it, I breathe it, I hear it, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to take this thought inside of my mind and make it become a reality, there are steps that I need to take in order to actually be an artist. So I need to do vocal lessons. I need to learn how to read music. I need to learn how to find a genre that fits me. I need to find myself inside of music in order to become whatever artist it is that I am trying to become. But the steps that I may need to take in order to do that may be different for you. You may have the same thought as me, but maybe you don't need to learn how to read music, or maybe you don't need to have a lane. You're just going to make one of your own. Maybe, everything is different for each person. You can think the same thought and want the same action in reality, but the steps that you need to take to get there aren't going to be the steps that I need to take.
When I hear you describe the creative process as you see it, it sounds like someone formulates an opinion, a feeling, or a belief. As they cultivate and grow this opinion, feeling, or belief, this thought, as they grow this thought, they tend to allow the thought to consume their energy. They give energy to the thought.
Correct.
And as they give energy to the thought, and the thought grows and expands, they seek bits and pieces of reality, which they feel belongs to the thought. And as they do that, then sometimes it works, and they, so as they say, oh, I want to be a rapper, in order to a rapper, I have to use my words like this, and so they start using the words like that, and it's catchy, it's on beat, so they, and it's
right.
And so then they become what would be called a rapper by performing the action that actually occurs, the rapping part, then they become this thing that they thought they could be. And as they begin to add the thoughts of the larger social hive mind, then they make adjustments to it. So it'll be from, I want to be a rapper, so I need to rap like this. Oh, I need to rap to these kind of beats. Oh, I need to rap about these particular topics. Oh, I need to wear and dress and behave in this social manner. So they begin to pick up a...
They begin to create a facade of idealisms to manifest into one whole idea.
That is an excellent description of the creative process. That is extremely accurate as far as I can tell. How the creative process is designed to consume and manipulate reality in order to bring about a sense of comfort and deserving to whoever initiated the creative process.
Makes sense to me.
When you take that idea and you say, oh, humans are a created species, which means that humans are part of a larger organism's creative process. So a larger organism said, I want to be whatever this thing is. And it created...
God, per se. And if we want to speak into social norm terms, then yeah.
Well,
that would be the...
As far as I understand it, God is... the phenomenon humans would call God is the same phenomenon humans would call reality. It's what exists outside of any individual perspective or experience, as the experience occurred in reality. And like if you take the Bible scripture, through God everything is possible, and you place that in the framework that reality is God, then it says through reality everything is possible. And then when you expand that and see if it's still true, anything that we know is possible is because we have accomplished it. And if we accomplished it, then it was no longer imagined. It became enacted in reality.
How? I mean, I guess that would determine on your definition of what reality is, because people feel like that this dimension is reality when in fact this dimension is simply this dimension of a specific part of reality.
So reality...
Because there's a whole reality, and then there's like, it's like your brain. Like there's 12 little parts of it, little nerves or whatever. You got 12 cranial nerves, right? And so there's one whole brain, and then there's each little nerve that, comes out of it. So I would say there is a whole reality, and then there are little pieces that stick out from that entire reality. And I feel like this life in this dimension is only part of said reality, because there is creation outside of this reality as well.
What other reality? So reality is what exists outside of any, it's outside and mutually exclusive to any individual experience. Like, let's say there are multiple dimensions, right? So reality would be the living, sentient, self-aware system that contains those multiple dimensions. So no matter how many dimensions that there are or could be, reality would be the organism that contains them and manages balance between them.
Right, but that wouldn't necessarily make the universe a reality in itself, because the universe is the only thing that controls everything in its surroundings, and it's the only thing that controls all these dimensions in the first place.
What about the universe that our universe belongs to?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So, there's the universe, there's a greater body that our universe belongs to, then there's a greater body that its universe belongs to.
Right, and then there's galaxies and other dimensions and other parts of reality, other places. That's what I'm saying. Like, we are only... Because most of us would say we are human beings, or however you want to describe the life form species. We have not, a lot of people have not been to an alternate reality. A lot of people don't know what it's like to go to other dimensions. Speaking from someone who has been to another dimension before, I'm stating that you can only think something is reality based off the reality that you have.
There's a way to find out. So because reality exists outside of any individual experience, once like right now we have a shared experience, and so as we share that experience, we can search for things that are consistent, because truth is what's consistent with reality. So as we look for the consistency, like let's say I don't know if this is here. I could be schizophrenic and not know. So I may not know that there's a pillow there.
Right.
But if we both see that pillow, then at least for our shared experience, we understand that there's a consistency.
Right.
And then if outside of us, other people experience and other things experience, like the couch experiences this pillow, the house experiences this pillow, the ground underneath experiences this. So if all these things are experiencing this, then this occurs outside of any one experience. So it's outside of any one experience. So no one experience contains all of reality. But reality is what contains all those experiences.
That makes sense. I understand that perfectly.
And it manages balance with it. Because it's alive. It's a living thing.
Right.
And
everything is living. It's in the essence. And I agree with that. I agree with what you just stated. I think that's what I was trying to say. But I think I got sidetracked. But yeah, I totally agree that what you stated would be accurate. That God is obviously the essence of reality, because it is within everything, but everything isn't the same reality for everybody else. So
what is different in that scenario? Is the reality different, or that individual's experience in reality different?
The reality is different.
How?
Because that's the same thing. My experience is all that I know. My perception is all that I know until my perception is altered. So for me, what I perceive is going to be accurate reality. Just like, okay, if right now I'm completely sober and I see that sunflower is yellow, and in my perception of reality right now at this moment, that sunflower is yellow. However, if I'm high on shrooms, that might not even be a pillow anymore, but that doesn't change the fact that that's what it is in this reality. But just because I alternate or alter my chemical imbalance to be on shrooms doesn't change that what I see when I'm on shrooms is also reality, and what I saw before I was on shrooms is reality.
When you were describing your experience on shrooms, it sounds like you're describing an experience, an occurrence that is unique to an individual singularity, or to an individual group of singularity. Just it's a unique occurrence. Like if you experience this pillow as yellow, and someone else comes in and they experience this pillow as pink, it doesn't change what the pillow actually is, or what color the pillow actually is. We might not even know.
Might not even know, because it's just all about perception.
But because it doesn't change what happens to the pillow, the only thing that's different in that scenario are the individual experiences. Since one person is experiencing this yellow and another experiences pink, the pillow never changed, just the experiences of that pillow. So the images that were being projected on top of the occurrence are what changed. But the occurrence itself never changed. It was consistent.
Right.
So the occurrences, those are what happen in reality. And then because of
So do you think that being on shrooms is not a part of reality? Because a lot of people, they would disagree.
What do you think that I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. I'm asking you something different now.
So your experience on shrooms, right? That is an event that occurs after engaging in a certain substance, and those substances...
I'm just going to be in the kitchen, guys. No.
And those substances affecting the chemical processes going on in your body.
Right.
Those chemical processes are actions that occur in reality.
Right.
So the action of, you taking the shrooms and putting them in your mouth, that action is occurring in reality. the action of the chemicals the mushrooms producing chemicals that when interacting with your body produce certain effects. Those actions occur in reality. What you see, think, and feel is individual experience. Because each individual that takes the shrooms may experience something different. But each individual that takes the shrooms still has the same compounds that are going to seek to bind to certain compounds of whatever they're interacting with. Because that's how the mushrooms interact with their environment.
Right.
And it's the same way. The way you interact with your environment would be the actions that occur in reality. The way you think, feel, and believe about how you interact with your environment will be part of your individual experience.
Right.
It's like if someone were to steal from have someone steal from them, they would say it is theft. But if someone were to steal from someone else, they might justify it by saying, "Oh, I didn't steal from him. This was business. We made an agreement that I can get more value than what it was worth."
Right.
But when the other person gets more value, from them, especially unknowingly, it's, "Oh, he stole from me. He took more value from me than what this thing was worth."
Right.
So the action that occurred in each time was more value being taken than what was worth. But the experience changed. Since from one experience it was okay, it was a good thing, and then from another experience it was not okay, it was a bad thing, based on how that person viewed the experience. But the action never changed. It was the same action each time. Or if you look at the action of, let's call it murder. If someone were to violently aggress against another and take their life, that's generally viewed as a bad form of murder. If someone were to take a life in order to save and protect themselves or another, that's generally viewed as a good form of murder. The action never changed. Someone still, murdered someone and took their life. But the experience of that murder changes based on the individuals.
Right.
So the actions occur or what happens in reality, and the experience are simply the identity translating information so that it can work its magic and get us food. Like feel this way, I'm hungry, I need some dopamine, I need some melatonin, I need you to feel sleepy, I need some vasopressin, I need you to feel horny. I need some dopamine, I need you to feel happy. These are simply changes to the experience in order to, it's in order to exploit us, but hey, there's nothing we can do about that. We're going to be exploited. That's what we're created to do.
Why are we?
Jesus said, you don't get fig from thistles, nor thorn bushes from fig trees. By its fruit, you will know what it bears. So when you look at how the actions impact their environment, you can understand and trace the source of the action. If it is leading to assisting in causing balance, it tends to be sourced from the natural cycle and flow of things. It tends to be in tune with reality. If it's stealing and causing imbalances, it tends to be sourced to corruption. And, it's sourced to parasitism, which is then sourced to the greater body of corruption. And so you look at each individual action, and if you notice a pattern, there's a pattern. Like, all these actions are causing imbalance. Then this entity is linked to the greatest source of corruption, the thief of balance. It's behaving as a disease. These things are causing... If you walk into a garden and you see two bushes, one bush is surrounded by roses and a little bit of in dandelion. It has animal life active in it. It has ants crawling about, worms, and they're all interacting with each other, eating each other. You can look at that bush and say, this bush is giving life. If you see another bush and everything around it is dead except for the things closest to it. And the closer you get to it, the more concentrated you find the life. And meanwhile, all the life around it is being drained and decayed. Then you can see, like, oh, by looking at the effects of this thing is still in life. So one is imbalance and one is still in balance. And you're like, oh, this is a natural cycle.
So
this is a corrupted cycle.
Back to what we were talking about as far as who were created first, men and women, then how does that project itself into a reality? So according to your thoughts on creation and the thought of reality, who was created first?
So I wasn't there.
Okay.
The only story of creation that I'm really familiar with is the one mentioned in the Bible. I don't understand the significance of who was created first, except if viewing that in the sense of competition. Like if you find out you have cancer and you have herpes, and that they were like mixing and making super cancer herpes, would you care about which one you had first, or would you care about how to solve the problem you have now?
Say that again?
Alright, so let's say you had two variants of a disease mixed into your body.
Right.
Do you care about which disease you caught first, or do you care about getting rid of the entire disease from your body?
You care about getting rid of the entire disease from your body.
And that's how I view the question. Like, between who came first between men and women. I don't understand the significance of it to the current situation.
Why does it matter who came first or not type thing? I mean, we're just having this conversation strictly because it's a topic that, I mean, I you know, we get a lot in society, and I just like, I don't think that, you know, people believe certain things in the Bible, but then when it comes down to other things, it's like, I don't believe that. Like, you just quoted a scripture in the Bible, but the Bible also says that God created Adam and then he created Eve.
So,
but I don't necessarily believe that that's true, and why would that be true if men don't make babies now? And there's nothing in the Bible that talks about, there's nothing even in the history of life that talks about what happened in order to have women to create children. It doesn't make any sense. Like, women birth children now, so why would God create Adam first to then create a woman to then keep on with creation? And even like scientifically, like X comes before Y. And
are you referring to labels?
Huh?
So you know when they sort the chromosomes, they just label them for.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're gonna talk about scientifically because you just stated that something is reality because the process keeps repeating itself, and people have that same experience or similar experiences that come to the same effect, right?
Something like that.
Basically is what you were saying. So basically, that's what science is. Science isn't a truth or it isn't a fact. It's just something that was repeated over and over and over again, and people got the same results, so now they feel like this is what is accurate.
So like science is essentially the study and measurement of phenomena reality. Science is humans' attempt to understand reality.
Right. I agree with that as well.
So science came, well, yeah, for this in the sense that I'm using it, science came from the science that that's not accurate. But so humans use science. But what there's a system that science is trying to base itself off of. Like, science is simply attempting to mimic a system in reality. Like, science is humans' attempts to understand reality, and reality gives you the information to understand it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So since science is humans' attempt to understand reality, and you said that God is reality, so do you think that science is humans' attempt to understand God?
Yes.
So you believe that God is the universe?
I don't have a belief about God.
You do.
I
Because that's what you just said.
That's not what I said.
Sir? That is
Like,
what you said, sir.
In the same way, I don't believe you're real. My senses are clear and aware and alert enough for me to understand that you're a living entity and we're interacting. Like, I don't have to believe it. I can see you, I can hear you, I can smell you, I can feel you, I can interact with you. Like, I know you're real. I don't have to believe it. And in the same way, because I've interacted with reality, then I don't have to believe in it. Like, I met this thing.
Okay, so now you want to get caught up on words?
It's because belief and understanding are like mutually exclusive things. Like, so belief occurs in idealism. Hey, I know this is like really loud. Alright, I'm gonna go help her. I'll be right back. Do you mind if I bring the computer in here?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Right. So, I'm not trying to be like pandemic on words.
You are, though.
Hold on.
Because
Please let me explain. So, I'm not trying to be pedantic on words.
Okay.
It's because the words you're using simply mean different things. Like, reality and idealism are mutually exclusive things. Understanding occurs in reality. Belief occurs in idealism. So, when someone says you believe, it means like they're asking, oh, do you imagine this to be? And when I say I'm understanding, I mean I'm aware enough to know that I'm not imagining this.
how do you know that, though?
I'm receiving sensory input from my body. I'm receiving.
You want something to drink?
Oh yeah, that'd be so
You
cool.
want water, juice, milk,
Ooh,
Kool-Aid?
water, please.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm aware that I'm receiving information that I should not receive from my experience. Like, I have an idea. I'll be sure. I have a belief about my capabilities, and the information I receive far exceeded any of my capabilities. I'm like, I can't do this. It's like imagine being on Earth and being conscious of where your body is in relation to other objects. So, like, you know I'm sitting on the chair.
Right.
And then feeling your own body on Earth while you're in space.
I'm coming. I just gotta put,
And receiving the information so that you, in the same way like how I can look at this camera, I can look at this thing. I'm receiving information knowing what's going on. It's like, oh, this information I receive, I can't even imagine this type of information. Like, this is information I didn't even know existed.
right.
And it's like, why am I surrounded by white balloons? Oh, this is heaven. Why is this heaven? This is not how heaven should look. Heaven is supposed to be streets paved of gold and pearly gates and angels singing in the throne, and I'm gone. Then I'm back on my body. It's like, oh, why did my experience in heaven not match how I imagined it?
Right.
And then it's like, when I met and talked to God, it exceeded anything I could have imagined. Like, as I was trying to ask it questions, in the process of me trying to formulate what the question was, I was receiving the answer. Like, I was receiving the answer before my brain could ask the question. Like, I would think about what question I wanted to ask, and the answer would be formed. It's like, oh, this thing is better than me. It's like meeting something that. Imagine being the smartest person you know, and you're able, or the fastest runner, right? You're the fastest runner in your village. You here.
Oh.
Can I see this?
Did that just flip my light on? I have to switch it right here. Okay.
Alright, so imagine being the fastest runner in your village.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go to other villages and they have fast runners too. But you're by far you're blowing past them. They're averaging human speeds at 6 miles an hour. You're running 25 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. You're just blowing everybody in the dust. Mm-hmm. And one time you're running this race, you know. Mm-hmm. And so running is all you knew. That's how you thought about things in terms of running.
Right.
And so something flies past you. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what kind of running was that? What kind of running was that? I didn't know we can run without using our legs. And something's like, oh, I'm not running, I'm flying. I'm like, flying? No, I only know running. You can't be flying. How are you running without using your legs?
Right.
Well, I'm not running. The thing that I'm doing is called flying. Mm-hmm. That's an event that exceeded the imagination of the runner. Because the imagination is extremely limited. It's limited to our experience. And reality occurs outside of our experience. So reality exceeds the imagination. So I don't believe in God. I don't believe about it. I met it.
Okay, so you
understand
know that the universe and reality is God.
As far as I'm aware, the universe, this particular universe is still a baby in the womb. It's part of the infant stages, and it's being cannibalized by a parasitic twin. And that universe has, like, the universe is an organism that occurs within reality. In the same way that you will be considered a universe to the cells of your body.
I get what you're saying.
But you still belong to a greater universe.
Right.
And so our universe belongs to a greater universe. And that one does too.
And so the reality of all of those universes together is God.
So imagine there's a creature, right? And its body, the body of this creature, part of it is existence.
You never say yes or no.
and part of it is non-existence. So the body of this creature is made up of existence and non-existence. It's made up of matter and space and spirit and energy and all this other stuff. Its body is made up of time and light and dark.
Right.
These are its organs. So, you know, its eyes are made up of, you know, maybe light. It's heart and lungs and kidneys. Like, when we're looking at this universe, its cells are, you know, solar systems with stars as nucleus. Mm-hmm. For all we know, we could be a mitochondria. We could be like the nerve, like the neurons or something, you know, on the body of the greater species. God is the organism, the living, sentient, self-aware, closed system of the body that we all belong to. It's the house. We're the furniture and the ants and the sand. It's the house. It's the land the house is on. It's the planet that land is on. It's the universe that planet belongs to. It's the greater body. There might be a body bigger than God. I don't know.
I got a pee.
Oh, okay.
I gotta pee, friend.
Alright, so she's gonna go pee. I think that's a good time to end this. Since I don't want to, talk while someone uses the bathroom. But
Are we ending it or are you pausing it?
I'm ending because I don't edit.
Hmm?
I don't edit. I just film it straight through.
No, you can't. You gotta edit it.
Oh, that's gonna just be included.
No.
I strive for authenticity.
Authenticity. First of all, the chicken wasn't burnt though, okay? I ain't burned nothing up.
Why would someone think you burnt something?
I'm just being silly, Abby. You know how I get down. I ain't burned nothing up. Okay? This cheap ass fire thing. What is it called?
Smoke detector.
Smoke detector.
Alright.
It was smoking here
Janika.
because we was on fire with the conversation.
Thank you for being on Chatting with Abby today.
No, I don't want to do this
we got
one.
Janika Chatting with Abby.
No, Abby.
And I want to talk to you. Yes.
Can we do another one? I feel like this was not good.
Some of them are trash, I admit.
They can't be trash with me on here.
It's trash if I'm in it. Is my
No,
podcast
it can't be
in it?
trash with me on here. I got a reputation to keep.
Then let's hope it's not trash.
It ain't gonna be trash. Let me just go pee real quick.
Alright. I'm going to end it. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Alright. Go pee.
Alright, fine, man. That's the way you want to act.
Alright. So, yeah. That's Janika. She got the Kush Cafe. And I'm Absird Charles. You can follow me on Facebook. Instagram is Absird1, ABSIRD. I want to talk to you. I want you to join the conversation. Let me know what's good. Let me know your thoughts. Let me see you be honest. I'm going to try my best to be honest too. Alright, Abby, out! Then I gotta come all up here and do this.